Welcome back to another episode of the Jacksonville Buzz's Legacy of Leaders. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Alysia Adams from Luminous Nursing Staffing. Good morning, young lady.
Hi.
Whew, that was a lot. We were talking offset. I have an opportunity to understand a little bit more about your business. This is yours. Tell us a little bit about what is a Luminous Nursing Staffing company do?
Sure. So Luminous Nursing Staffing is a full-scale, full-service nursing staffing agency. So our business is really to support nurses and support health systems and put the two together to make sure that they have optimize their workforce so that they can support our communities and patient care.
When people start a business, you just don't wake up and say, hey, I'm going to create a business. It's always based off of a need. So in the medical community, I know that hospitals are backlogged. Psychological counseling is backlogged. Anything that has to do with the medical universe is backlogged. Some of that due to COVID, some of that due to something called a great resignation that occurred into COVID where a lot of people retired early. You have found a business need to help put nurses and hospitals or medical facilities together in order to provide service. Where did that need come from? Like, how do they not have the ability to fulfill jobs that require somebody to help be that intermediary?
Sure. So really, I think the challenge is with the health system, you just have quite a few openings, right? So there are lots of job opportunities. There's a nursing staffing shortage. So I think where we come in is just in the different ways that you can build relationships, be it with the nurses, be it with the hospitals, and how you can forge those relationships to help them come together to meet the needs of our communities and patient care. So I think really the business itself is about how we provide stability, how we can bring, the two parties together, build relationships with both, and help them, really find that happy medium of compensation, work schedules, and meeting the needs of that the hospitals or health systems have for patient care. Well,
and when you talk about patient care, right, it's not like if somebody needs to have another server at a restaurant, you just put a help wanted sign out there and take whatever you can get. When you go through things, HIPAA, they're serious about HIPAA, right? Very serious. And so other way, people when they become a patient, when they become a patient at a hospital, the service providers there, one would think would be competent. That's the theory, right? And there's a lot of work that needs to happen from an HR side, right? In order to onboard nurse one into whether it's Baptist, Mayo, whatever, there's a lot of stuff, but they may not need that person forever. So you have this group of nurses that you can, I hate to call it like the Uber of nurses, but Baptist could call you, or however the communication channel goes, you know what? Yeah, I'm probably gonna need 10 for like 6 months over here. And you're like, sure, no problem. On a nationwide scale.
Right.
Which is great because the problem, to your point, is that there is a shortage of nurses, but they're not short of nurses all the time, right? Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the afternoon on a random February is probably a slow day in a hospital. July 4th, busy day.
Right.
So that's really great. So what do you see as kind of evolving in that model with patient care? Are you seeing it that it's going to become more centralized in hospitals, more home care? And are you guys equipped to handle all things?
Right. So at Luminous, yes, we are equipped to handle all areas of healthcare and health services. We are able to support really hospitals where they are, nurses where they are, and that's really our goal, is to be that stable partner, that person, that team that both parties can depend on when they have a need and or a desire to move in a certain direction. So it's about flexibility, and I think that goes for all areas of healthcare. You really have to be flexible. You have to go with what the trends are as far as with patient care, as far as with the environment, right? So there could be another, epidemic, pandemic. We have flu and RSV season coming up, so the needs tend to change. So I think that's where agencies like ours do come into play as being that partner. I think it's also about communication, having that transparent communication and being that resource for both parties and being able to put them together and meet their needs.
That's fantastic. I mean, this is something that is it's just a fascinating conversation because there's so many different ways that one could apply that model in the medical community. If people want to find out more about you, your organization, or how did they participate, whether if they're a provider of nursing services or if they're a hospital that needs help with their healthcare staffing needs, what's the best way to connect to you?
So the best way to connect to us is through our website, so luminoustravelnursing.com. There is contact forms on there. If you're a nurse, you can put your information in and we'll contact you as well and help to match jobs, help us figure out where you're at, what you're looking to do, and really source from there. If you're a health system, there's a contact form on there as well for hospitals or other healthcare provider types of entities. They can fill that out and we'll contact them and we'll start the contracting process to be able to provide labor services.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us your business. That's phenomenal. Guys, if you want to check her out on iwannabuzz.com, we will hang the links out there. Thank you for joining us. And if you like us, share us. Remember, live with gratitude.